Hello, and welcome to Sharing the Manual podcast, brought to you by You Insure, where we journey with you to finish well financially. This journey takes you to an intersection of life and money coaching, as we all know how you live out your life in all areas has lasting effects on your money. Now, it has been said that emotionally connected men and women have better finances. My name is Amy Yu, and if you've seen my last name, you know why I've shortened it. And I will be your host. I am so glad that you've joined us on what is sure to be a memorable adventure. One where no topic is off limits. We understand that all areas of our lives are intertwined. We will talk money, emotions, even emotions around your money. Raising kids, which is sure to be a hoot, as they say the darndest things. Dating, relationships, marriage, grief in so many forms, whether it's a death, a divorce, an illness, or just your life not turning out how you thought it would. Because that, my friends, is very real, and I know that firsthand. We will tackle life's epic fails, celebrate the wins, overcome the obstacles, address the mountains and valleys in each other's lives. No rock will go unturned. This podcast is one of real, honest, genuine, humorous conversations where we share stories that are sure to inspire you, encourage, equip, and empower you to live out your best life. Our goal is to build connections, community of belonging, as you, my dear, are not the only one. We are journeying and navigating this life together, and I hope that you're ready to dive right in. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we are already at episode 15, and today's topic is going to be fun and fast. I just know it. The title hits it home. What you water, it grows. Now, if you're a mom, you know this to be true. If you feed your kids, your grocery bill, it grows. Especially now, if anyone else is feeling the pinch at the grocery store, the lady at the checkout must think that I have monkeys in my house for the number of bananas that I buy. We all know that bananas are the cheapest fruit you can feed a kid. And my son, my teenage boy, he eats 3 a day. Right? I'm so surprised that he is not bummed completely up. Too much info for this podcast? I think not. This wonderful phrase, what you water grows, is true for all aspects of our lives. You have likely heard it said a little bit differently before. You know, you are what you eat, what you fear you create, you become what you decide, and there's so many more. I like to switch things up and get you thinking, so let's put thought to how and what you water grows plays out into your money. I am going to give you a visual first. You have a garden, and in your garden you have watermelons, onions, strawberries, carrots that are all planted. Now, in order for your seedlings to grow and sprout up, they require water. Water makes them grow, obviously with some sunshine too. My kids are now in charge of watering this garden, as are yours. My son will go out there and his focus will be the watermelons and the strawberry. Over time, guess what will happen? Only the watermelon and the strawberry will grow. Now, if my daughter is in charge of watering, she's going to ensure that the watermelons, strawberries, and carrots have equal amounts of water because she loves all 3 of them. She likes them all and wants them all to grow. Those poor onions are getting so neglected without any water, and they're not going to grow. Let's bring this back to your money and how are you spending it? Where and what you spend your money on matters. You only really have 4 categories to spend money on: your lifestyle, paying down your debt, giving, and savings. I think it's important to break down these categories in lifestyle categories. There's really 4 quadrants. A need, which would be your shelter, your food, utilities, insurance. A like, so that could be something like eating out, leisurely activities, memberships. A love, perhaps that's travel or vehicles, motorized sports, or your hobbies. A want, typically is an impulsive purchase: shoes, clothing, night out. These are just some examples as to what can fall into each of these categories. And everybody's going to be different as to what that looks like. But pay attention to what you water because it grows. If you only water one area, you are not reducing debt, saving for your future, or giving back to make the world a better place. If you water your lifestyle, it will continue to grow. How much water does it need to be healthy and to not wither? This is a great question to ask yourself and your partner. What is financially healthy lifestyle for you? And when you reach it, do you stop watering it? Better yet, pay attention to the quadrants that you're watering. Is there a way of dialing down the flow into the like, the love, and the want categories so that you have the money left over at the end of the month? This will give you freedom later. Take that surplus and water something else with it. Here's what I mean. If you leave that extra money in your bank account, you will surely spend it on something. So be intentional. Move the damn water hose and share the love to another area that sets you up financially. Perhaps paying down debt. What you water grows. Now, your debt won't grow, but your net worth does, because your net worth is a sum of your assets minus your liabilities. So if you hammer down those liabilities, your net worth grows. We all want our net worth to grow. Be sure to water this. Get it down to what I consider as healthy debt, a mortgage, so you can water something else and have it grow substantially. Oh my goodness, I'm going to share with you my very own analogy. I live in southern Alberta and it's very dry and hot here in the summers. Having a lush green lawn is unheard of unless you want to go broke. I made a decision to stop watering my grass to save money on my utility bill. And let's be honest, I just didn't see the point in watering my grass. What happened? Well, I stopped watering it and my grass stopped growing. It withered, it died. So you have control as to what aspects of your money you can rein in, but it's a choice and no one else can make it but you. So think of a drop of water on a calm, still day. You get ripples. This is true with your money. All your money decisions have a ripple effect on how you will live out your finances later. If you choose to turn the tap on to give, a couple things is going to happen. It's a beautiful thing. When giving, it reduces your taxes owing, giving you more bang for your buck to reallocate some of those funds to grow your savings. What you water grows, remember? Now, will you help grow a better community, a better world? Everything is in moderation. Everyone wishes that they could save more. Now, think about my example earlier with my kids watering the strawberries. When you only water one thing grows. Yes, they've turned out lush and vibrant, but that is still only the one thing that grew. There is no balance in that. This is my son when it comes to money. He only waters one area. So some of you are probably thinking, oh, well, that's because he doesn't have responsibilities. Fair point. But we also have a discussion on what he needs to have a better watering system to include other areas. So he needs to spend money on life. He still is a teenager and needs to be a teenager. He works, so he does have to pay his taxes. And it's important for me to instill the impact that he can have on the world by giving back both time and money and saving for the future to still round it all out. In order for us to save more, we need to be aware of how much we are watering in the other areas and adjust accordingly. I think sometimes we as parents got lost. Our money stories and our emotions have taken over in the driver's seat of our finances. You have control of the water hose. You determine the areas in your life that are going to cost more and cost less. The same is true for our thoughts. And yes, I want to go here too, because money is more than numbers and life is more than money. So much of our health is intertwined. I integrate emotions, mental well-being, financial health, as this leads to whole life excellence. Nowadays, there are so many books available for personal development. Many of the ones that I have read this year had a similar theme. You can control your thoughts. So immunity to change, the mountain is you, leadership challenge, the high five habit, happy days. My list can go on and on regarding books that bring awareness to the mindset. Positive psychology is really big. What you water grows even when it comes to your thoughts. Can this catchphrase work for our time too? It sure can. This is so important for all of us to include, including me, to remember that when we determine the pressure of the water hose, we can turn the dial to be more open or closed. And from that, we determine the outcome. So, if I put all my time in my calendar and it's towards work, well, I'm feeding that. That's going to grow. But if I dial that down a little bit and start putting, some other colors in my calendar, like, okay, my kid's got this going on and we're going to take time to some rest and we're going to take some time to an activity. Breaking that all down is really important. You need to have margin in all aspects of your life. Remember, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. Put thought into and journal. What are you watering when it comes to your thoughts? How can you adjust and pivot them to be positive? This opens up to you a receiving energy. The world does have your back. Trust yourself and trust it. Self-reflect on the money and what you are watering. Are there areas that don't need as much water? Cactuses don't need much water. Perhaps stop watering your lawn and reallocate some of the money that you're saving, like I did. Reach out. I have wonderful cheat sheets on ways to save money quickly. Then you can take the money that you've saved and reallocate it to either debt reduction or savings. I did a budget or a spending plan, which I like to call it. It's less restrictive, just the other day. And I actually looked at my account and I was like, okay, these are areas I'm going to call my insurance. How can I lower my insurance? I am going to call my TELUS and see if I can lower my cable bill or my internet. I'm going to call and see how we can switch our cell phones around to get more bang for our buck. All of these little changes, even if it's $25 here, $25 there, it all adds up, which then you're used to spending that money. So take that money and put it into a different area, such as your savings. It's great. Every little bit does count. So many people forget to choose not to redirect the money. I know this because I was one of them. When I would save money on something, I took that as, oh, I can use that money and now buy something else that wasn't on my list. that I wanted. This is hard work. Let's be honest about a few things. Being broke all the time is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck is hard. Having lots of money and working like a dog is hard too. You need to choose your hard. I read this post once on LinkedIn and absolutely love it, because being single is hard. Being married is hard. Choose your hard. Not gaining weight. My son has a hard time, and his dad did too, gaining weight. They wanted to build muscle and reach, a certain weight goal of theirs. And it was really hard for them. And then there's some of us that, it's easy to gain weight, but it's hard to lose weight. So choose your hard. In life, we all have choices. What will you choose when it comes to your financial future? Will you leave it to chance and continue doing what you're doing? Or is now the time to change things up and uncover your patterns and to break free from them? I love being able to help people break free from their financial patterns, because it's really healing. And it's for those who are brave enough to show up and do the self-reflection and see where their patterns lie. And then we dismantle it and we replace it with truth. And then we can live out a whole new financial life and whole new financial freedom. And so I dare you guys to reach out to me and let's get this started. Let's talk about it. Let's uncover some things and really break down your quadrants. And so I hope you enjoyed this quick, fast episode, and we will see you again soon. We hope that you guys found this insightful. We encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the new releases that are coming soon. Follow us on social media. Our platforms are LinkedIn and Instagram. Head over to the website and let us know if you wish to share your story, either on the podcast or even in a blog. Our website is youinsureinc.ca, youinsureinc.ca. We too have newsletters, as we give you our very own family recipes paired with tips and tricks so you can finish well too. Bye for now.